Last time in the TNO Taboritsky playthrough, he knew he would win no matter what the others thought. Once again, he was correct. Now, the rest of the right would see what Sergei Taboritsky really was. It can't be true. And now continued. Ebon Dawn. The fate of Western Russia was sealed not on any particular day, but through a slow, gradual process. Few noticed any difference at first. Sergei Taboritsky was known for his authoritarianism and harsh dictates after all. It was no secret that there were few lines which he would not cross in the pursuit of his dreams. The true secret, visible only in hindsight, was that to the self-proclaimed regent, those lines never existed in the first place. The clock chimed in a hollow note, hailing the dawn of a new day. The sun rose but cast no light upon Russia, for it was black as pitch and wreathed in the umbral halo of unhidden nightmares. Darkling skies settled over the motherland, and all creation trembled. Abandon all hope. And we are now black. We are called the Western Russian Agency, led by the Burgundian system. And now we can declare war on Omega. And Omega has fallen. Now we get a set of decisions called the clockworks. And the clock has struck the first hour, slowly slipping forwards. Once midnight strikes, I assume the state will fall. So we must not let the clock tick to midnight. And Finland offers unconditional surrender. Wonderful. In the spirit of Cain, Petro tried to keep himself from shivering as he stepped into Taboritsky's office and heard the door lock behind him. He was gripping the pocket pistols concealed in his jacket so tightly that the edges were biting into his palm. Petro, said Taboritsky, taking up a pair of filled vodka glasses as he approached. His graceful, measured movements belted the simmering insanity that Petro knew to be within him. Wouldn't you join me for a drink? Both men were old, creaking relics of a Russia past, but Petro was the weaker. Not even a second later, he felt something give in his elbows, and that knife drew closer. In this instant, what little courage had driven him evaporated, replaced only by gibbering, insensate terror for his life. Sergei, Sergei, Sergei! He screamed at the top of his lungs. Sergei, stop! Stop, Sergei, please! Just listen to me, Sergei! Despite his plea, no hint of mercy appeared in his friend's eyes. Something cold slipped between Petro's ribs. He fell first against the wall and then to the floor. As his vision tightened to a tunnel, the last thing he will ever see was the steadily spreading clue of his lifeblood, edging towards his old friend's trembling boots. Goodbye, old friend. And we are at the third hour, steadily grinding forward. Once we hit midnight, our state will fall. And I think I'm doing something wrong here, since it's just 1967 and I'm already at the fifth hour. Mind you, when the time hits midnight, my country will fall apart, so I'll try to do these decisions, see if that helps. And it indeed slowed the clock down and puts us back an hour behind. So I think I need to start doing that decisions. And now we get Suffer Not the Mutant. Give him back, the woman shrieked, grasping and slapping at the Okhrana officers standing at the doorway. The officer scowled at him behind his Blasklava and shoved her with her PPSH. Enough whining, bitch. Consider yourself lucky that we didn't take the other one too. He's harmless. He's never hurt anyone. What do you want from him? He's an animal, snapped the officer. A rabid beast. You'd have to put him down yourself if you had any fucking decency. You fucking bastard, roared the husband. Change of plans, Yevgeny, called the other voice from the outside of the room. Extreme case looks like. The officer racked the bolt on the PPSH. Understood. Neutralizing suspects. He leveled the weapon, squeezed the trigger, and held it down until the screaming stopped. Without family, who are we? And now we get decisions to exert our influence over the southern Euros. And while we can use decisions to slowly influence them to join us, we have a button that allows us to declare war on all of them in just 75 days. So that is the option I'm going to choose. And oh god, we're already at the 6th hour. It's still 1967. And now we finally get to take out the Euros. And we have defeated the Euros. Journal entry. Safaraish Alexei, where are you? Blessed child, can you hear my prayers? I have done so much in your name. I have defied the Jews, the Bolsheviks, the forces of hell itself. How many lives, subhumans, traitors, heavens, have I crushed under the highest hill of the Regency? How many sacrifices have I plied out on the altar? Please, my blessed prince, if you will not hear my voice, then see my words. See them and know that your people are ready for you. Your throne stands, glided and draped in purple cloth, for you to assume power and rule Holy Russia in perpetuity. Please, don't leave us alone here. Please. Don't let this all be for nothing. We have approached the 7th hour. Alright, and the clock has struck the 12th hour and nothing has happened yet. So I'm guessing that midnight means the 24th hour, which is good because I thought it was the 12th hour. And this means that we have more time before we eventually fall apart. Alright, it's 1969, which means we can finally prepare for war against the Euro military district. Mr. Markov. Mr. Markov, sir, I have a question about the Bible. The teacher folded his hands together on the desk. Well, Father Carroll might know more about that than me. I only know what I was taught myself at your age. Still, I'll try to give you a good answer. Mr. Markov, if the Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill," why do the soldiers do it all the time? Nikolai, that's a difficult question. Not to mention a little unfair, don't you think? No, Mr. Markov. I saw a soldier shoot old Mr. Androv from down the street yesterday. I know soldiers kill people in wars, but he wasn't in a war. He was just an old man who liked, party music, he called it. Markov paused and then placed a hand on Nikolai's shoulder. Nikolai, the truth is that there are some questions you shouldn't ask. It's only a good thing you only ask me because... Oh, I asked the soldier outside the school too, but he didn't answer me, just looked at me funny and asked my name. I told him, but he still didn't want to tell me. Markov's heart sank and patted Nikolai on the head before dismissing the boy. He felt sick and tried to bite back the tears welling in his eyes. And we can now begin the invasion of the Euro military district. Let's go, 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 boys. And we have defeated the Euro military district in the war. And now we have Lenin's body, and we can destroy the traitor. And now that we've finished all of the focus trees, we can click Russian unification. We are now the Holy Russian Empire, and we get another focus tree. And we get to exert our influence over Kazakhstan. And again, I will just stage a military intervention in Kazakhstan and take over Kazakhstan. And let's go, go, go. And we have defeated Kazakhstan. Journal entry. One was unfortunately disposed recently. It appears that I was taken ill. I have little recollection of the past several days, and my physician insists that I rest. Treasonous talk. Treasonous. Of course it's not treason, what are you writing? I had to sleep for some time. The night and the dream were long. There were no lights. The sky eluded me, for I searched long for a silken weave, becoming harder to piece the lines together. It seems it's meaningless, you fool. I don't understand. I can't read the lines. The coast, the darkness, the gleaming altar, all lie cold and empty. It's cold. It's so cold. And we have struck the 20th hour. And as you can see from Taboritsky's writing, you can tell that he's slowly turning insane. Oh god. But anyways, it doesn't matter that we're going insane because we're unifying Russia. So we can now prepare for war against the Kingdom of Serbia, and we can finally unify Russia. And hopefully we do that before midnight strikes. And the clock has just reverted back to the 11th hour. Interesting. I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything. It just suddenly ticked back to the 11th hour. And now we can begin our invasion of Siberia. And the clock has just struck back to the 23rd hour. That is strange. Journal entry. Treason. How have I not seen it in every stinking corner of this godforsaken place? Yes, godforsaken, for God has stamped Russia. He has stamped it, consigned it to burn in hell. The Tsarist is to rule over dust and ashes, it seems. He has crushed me. He gave me sight, pried the scales from my eyes, only so that I might behold a blasted wasteland. Russia is the land of Lord, and I am Cain. I have killed and ordered killings, and rivers of blood have been split in my name. Hundreds die every month for no tangible gain. The only thing that keeps us alive is the knowledge that Alexei is out there somewhere. Is it even knowledge? Am I truly doubting this? I can't. He lives as he must. Where is he? I think we need to wrap up this war. Midnight is coming, guys. Taboritsky's turning insane. Oh god. Midnight has arrived. Journal entry. He is here. I can sense him, but he does not speak. Speak to me, speak to me. What was it for if not you? I am God's vessel. I am your subject. I am the salvation of Russia. I am not a Jew. I am not Cain. I did only what you asked for me. Nabokov, had I known it would lead to me. Stop that internal noise. Stop the clock. Stop. Tick tock. Tick tock. Tick tock. Oh god. This is bad. Midnight. Ink spurted and splattered across the page as Taboritsky scrawled away. His hands trembled as though afflicted with a palsy. Sweat ran down his face in streams, darkening the blood-crusted and ink-stained paper. His eyes were bloodshot and weepy. He had not slept in days. He no longer sat at his desk. It was too near the window, where God could peer down from the heavens to look upon him with shame. Instead, he was curled up in a corner, back aching, feverishly scribbling. He stared straight ahead, hands moving on their own. He hadn't written anything resembling a word in a week. There was a sound, a scuffling of boots on marble. The regent glanced up and felt his heart freeze. His pen clattered to the floor. He tried to stand, but his legs were like lead, and he stumbled to his knees. As he dragged himself forwards, he left the strength begin to drain from his arms. A pounding began to thrum in his head, a pain like no other. But he pressed forth. For how could any man not be enraptured in the presence of his Tsar? His dark hair was cropped short beneath the golden crown. He wore a cape of ermine and was bedecked in gold and jewels. He looked older than the regent had expected, but shone with the light of heaven. an immortal sovereign for the Holy Russian Empire. Taboritsky opened his mouth to speak, to question, to marvel, but the words would not come to him. The divine grace of the monarch was overpowering, paralyzing his entire body. Every muscle had turned to stone. He blinked and finally uttered a scream. Bones, a small skull with a bullet hole in it, scraps of the fine royal clothing stained with the old blood were laid over him. The scream turned into a choking gurgle as the pain exploded inside his head, blacking out his senses. He collapsed, staring in horror into the darkness around him. And Sergei Taboritsky, blessed regent of Holy Russia, breathed his last. The thread is served. And so far, nothing has happened. Sergei Taboritsky's portrait is still here. But as you can see, his portrait has been corrupted, signifying that he indeed died. I don't know what would happen next, but I guess we'll see. And the kingdom of Siberia has been defeated. And now we can finally reunify the motherland. The Holy Russian Empire. Ever since the collapse of the USSR, some had speculated that the return of monarchism to Russia was inevitable. Nobody, however, could ever have expected it to arrive in its current form. Sergei Taboritsky, self-proclaimed blessed regent of all Russia, has led his forces to victory over all challenges and established a unified Russian government for the first time in nearly 30 years. Far from being a conventional Romanov monarchy, the new state is still a mere regency. Taboritsky claims to be acting on behalf of long-dead Tsar Alexei Romanov, the son of Nicholas II. The claim that Alexei Romanov is still alive has been widely propagated by the Regency, but no international observers believe it to be substantiated. The new Russian Empire is reportedly a thing of nightmares, a true autocracy in the Russian tradition, combined with the racialism and totalitarian mythology of Burgundian system. God save Russia, for no one else can. Hell, the nightmare. And so dusk approaches the new order. And as Sergei Taboritsky, we have reunited Russia. And yeah, that was the most cursed Russian warlord in the new order. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more HOI4 videos, be sure to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button as well. And I'll see you all in the next video. Hell, the nightmare.